Hello students, in the last class we have seen the selection of window dimensions and the overall dimensions of single phase transformer. So today we will see the overall dimension of three phase transformer, then we will move to solution of design examples. Okay. So a three phase transformer will be having two windows and three limbs. Generally we take core type transformer three phase. This is a core of three phase transformer frame. So this is capital D, distance between core centers. This is A, width of core or width of largest stamping. This is A. This is also A. Okay. Now this gives the diameter of circumcircle. So this is D, this is D, and this is D, diameter of circumcircle. Okay, and the remaining is width of window, and this is height of window. This is height of window. Okay, then this is depth of yoke, depth of yoke, sorry, not depth of yoke, height of yoke, height of yoke, this is height of yoke, and this is height of yoke. Okay, if you see the core, this is diameter of circumcircle. Excuse me for the shapes. Okay, so that is circumcircle. So that is my three phase frame. Okay, and this gives the overall height. And this gives overall width. frame to frame is overall width and that is overall height. Okay. So with this, the overall dimensions of the transformer are for 3-phase distance between core centers D is equals to, okay, this D, distance between core center D is equal to, this is D by 2, this is D by 2. So it will be same D plus width of window plus D by 2 plus D by 2. So width of window, depth of yoke is equals to A, height of yoke is equals to A. Okay. The things will change in overall height and overall width. Okay. Overall height, H is equals to height of window plus 2 into height of yoke. So that will be height of window plus 2 into A. Okay. And overall width, W is equals to, this is the overall width which has got 2 windows in it, okay, and 2 cores aside. Okay, so I have 2D here, from here to here this is 1D, and from here to here it is another D. So this is A by 2 and this is A by 2. Okay, so A by 2 plus D plus A by 2. So I can write this as A by 2 plus D plus D plus A by 2. So I can write overall width W as 2D plus A. 2D plus A. So these are the overall dimensions of 3-phase transformer. Next, for overall dimension for single phase shell type, I will be rubbing this, or here I will write it as T small. For single phase shell type. Okay, so single phase shell type transformer will be like this. So the width of side limb is A and the width of central limb is 2A. Okay, that you should remember. The width of central limb will be double the width of side limbs, because central limb has to carry double the flux of side limb and has to carry both the windings on the central limb. Okay, so therefore the cross section area should be more. I cannot change the depth, but I can change the width. So therefore width of central limb is taken twice the width of side limbs. Okay. Now if you see the top view of this, okay, so this is A, this cross section, this is 2A again, so this is A. Okay, this is width of window, okay, and this is height of window. But the depth of core is not equal to A here. The depth of shell type transformer is somewhat B, generally greater than A. Okay. So the depth of shell type transformer will be greater than the depth of core type transformer. What is depth? Is this. If this is the core, okay, this is the core, this is width, this is depth. In case of core type transformer, the width and the depth will be same, but whereas in case of shell type transformer, the depth will be more than the width. Okay. So B will be generally greater than A. So what is this? B is this one. Okay. So this dimension I am talking about is B, depth of the core. Okay. So this depth of the core is not equal to A. It is greater than A, more than A. Okay. So the overall dimensions is given by depth of yoke is equals to B. Depth of yoke is equals to B. Height of yoke is still equal to A. This is A. Height of yoke is A. Okay. Therefore, overall width W is equals to, so this is W. Overall height, this is overall height. So overall width is given by, there are two windows, A plus window width plus 2A plus window width plus A plus width of window plus 2A plus width of window plus A. So it is 4A plus 2 WW. 4A plus 2 WW. And overall height is same. It is height of window plus the 2 into height of yokes. Height of window plus height of yoke plus height of yoke. So H is equals to 2 into height of yoke plus height of window. 2 into height of yoke plus height of window. So height of yoke is A, it will be 2A plus height of window. So these are the overall dimensions of the single phase shell type transformers. Okay. Then we will move to design example. Before we move to example, let us see what is the width of core or width of largest stamping A for various stepped core. Okay. So number of steps and the value of A. You please note down, we need this in every example. So number of steps 1, single step or square core. Single step or square core. It is 0.707 into D. Okay. For 2 step or cruciform, it is 0.85 into D. It is 0.85 into D. So it is width of largest stamping. Width of largest stamping is 0.85 into D. Then 3-step, it is 0.9 into D. Then 4-step, it is 0.92 into D. You should be remembering this table. Okay, sometimes the number of steps and the width of largest stamping will be mentioned in the statement, or else sometimes only the number of steps will be mentioned. For width of largest stamping, you should be remembering this value. Okay, so we'll move to a design example. Okay, I will read out the statement. Determine the dimensions of core and yoke for a 200 kVA 50 Hz single phase core type transformer. Determine the dimensions of core and yoke for a 200 kVA 50 Hz single phase core type transformer. A two-stepped core is used. Okay. A two-step core is used with distance between adjacent limbs. A two-stepped core is used with distance between center of adjacent limbs to be 1.6 times the width of laminations. A two-stepped core is used with the distance between the center of adjacent limbs equal to 1.6 times the width of core laminations. Assume the voltage per turn to be 14 volts. Assume the voltage per turn to be 14 volts, 1/4. Maximum flux density in core 1.1 Tesla. Window space factor 0.32. Current density 3 ampere per mm square. And stacking factor of 0.9. And stacking factor of 0.9. Okay. So this is the given data. I will rewrite the given data. One part I will keep it for the given data itself. So determine the dimensions of core and yoke of a 200 kVA. So Q is equals to 200 kVA, 50 Hertz, F is equals to 50 Hertz, single phase core type transformer, a two-stepped core is used. A two-stepped core, because area of core depends upon how many steps I will be using in terms of D. So distance between center of adjacent limbs is 1.6 times width of core, that is D. Distance between center of adjacent limbs, okay, is equals to 1.6 times width of core laminations. Width of core lamination is nothing but width of largest stamping, that is A. Okay, 1.6 times A. Assume voltage per turn as 14 volts. So ET is equals to 14 volts. Flux density, maximum flux density BM 1.1 Tesla. Window space factor KW 0.32. Okay. Current density delta 3 ampere per mm square. 3 ampere per mm square. Stacking factor 0.9. Okay, stacking factor 0.9. So these are the given things. Now, to start the design of the transformer, first I should know how many steps of the core are used. Okay, it is given that we are using a two-stepped core. If it is not given, I can assume. Okay, depending upon the power rating of the transformer, if the power rating is very less, or medium, I can go for single step or square. If the power rating is medium power rating or large power rating, then I can go stepped square. This is a medium transformer or lower large transformer, I can go for 2 steps. Okay. If it would have been more than 300 kV or so, I would have gone for 3 steps. Okay. But it is mentioned clearly that I will be using 2-stepped core. Now I should be knowing the relations of area of core, width of largest stamping, and the other dimensional quantities of 2-stepped core. Okay. For 2-stepped core, the area of iron AI is equals to 0.56 d square. This we have derived. One table I have given after the core dimensions. That table you should remember. Okay. So AI is 0.45 d square for single step, 0.56 d square for 2 step, 0.62 d square, 0.6 d square for 3 step, and 0.62 d square for 4 step. So this is the table. And so this table you should be remembering. Okay. So this already has been given, discussed in the previous class, and also derived for few shapes of the core. Okay. So AI equal to 0.56 d square and A is equals to 0.85 into d. Okay. Now once I know the value of AI, I can get the value of d. Once I know the value of d, I can get the value of A. So I will get width of largest stamping or width of the core of transformer. From where I should get AI? I told that design will start from the EMF per turn equation. So ET is equals to 4.44 F BM into AI. 4.44 F BM into AI. So in this equation I know ET. If it is not known, then I will be knowing the ratio of flux to ampere turns. Then I can calculate ET, or I will be knowing some constant K, which ET is equals to K into root Q. Okay, I can calculate, but my design will start from ET. Okay, unless I know what is AI. So I know ET, it is 14 volts, F50, BM 1.1. I can get AI. Therefore, AI is equals to ET upon 4.44 F into BM. So this equals to 14 divided by 4.44 into 50 into 1.1. Okay, and this comes out to be AI 0.0573 meter square. Please be careful about the units. AI will be always in meters, meter square. Okay. Now I have AI equal to 0.56 d square. Therefore, d is equals to under root AI divided by 0.56. So under root 0.0573 divided by 0.56. So d is equals to 0.32. 0.32 meters. Okay. I know d. Now I can calculate A. Therefore, A is equals to 0.85 into 0.32. So A is equal to 0.272 meters. 0.272 meters. For instance, I will draw the transformer here. this A. This is width of window and this is height of window. Okay, and this is D. I know this. Okay. So next point is, it is given that the distance between center of limbs, adjacent limbs, is equal to 1.6 times the width of core lamination. That is, D is equals to 1.6 times width of core lamination, that is A. So D is equals to 1.6 A. Therefore, D is equals to, given that D equal to 1.6 A, therefore D is equal to 1.6 into 0.272. That will come out to be 0.435 meters. So now I know D, I know A, but I don't know what are window dimensions, height of window and width of window. That I have to find out. Okay. From output equation, Q is equals to 2.22 F BM AI AW KW delta into 10 to the power minus 3 kVA. Okay, so in this I know Q 200 kVA, F 50, BM 1.1, AI I have calculated 0.0573, KW is given 0.32, delta is given 3 ampere per mm square. The only unknown in that output equation is area of window. Okay, so from output equation, this area of window AW is equals to, I can write Q upon 2.22 F BM AI KW delta, okay, into 10 to the power 3. So here AW is equals to, now I should substitute the values. While substituting the values, be careful about their units. While substituting the values, be careful about their units. Why? Because BM is in flux per meter square, Weber per meter square, AI is in meter square, my delta is in ampere per millimeter square. So that ampere per millimeter square should be converted to ampere per meter square. Okay, ampere per millimeter square should be converted to ampere per meter square. Okay, so what I should do here is simply take delta is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 6. Okay, that will be ampere per meter square, because millimeter will come in the denominator. Millimeter square, ampere per millimeter square. So this will be equals to, or delta is equals to, here I will write 3 ampere per mm square. I can write this 3 ampere per 10 to the power minus 6 meter square. Or I can write this as 3 into 10 to the power 6 ampere per meter square. Okay, so I should substitute delta is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 6. Then automatically my delta will be in ampere per meter square. I cannot keep delta directly here, like I keep in calculating the area of conductor. To calculate area of conductor, I want conductor in mm square only. So simply I divide current by the delta. Current is say I, delta is 3 ampere per mm square. I will take I by 3. Automatically my area of conductor will be in mm square. But here I don't want area of window in mm square. I want area of window in meter square. Therefore, I should be keeping the unit of delta in ampere per meter square. Okay, so per mm square it is 3 per mm square. Per meter square multiplied by 10 to the power 6. That will become per meter square. Okay, so it is very much important. If you take delta equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 6, my area of window will be in a lakh meter square, which is impossible. Okay. Now substitute AW is equals to Q is 200 into 10 to the power 3. Don't take 200 into 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 3. The 10 to the power minus 3 and the RHS of Q is normalizing the Q for kVA only. So kVA is 200 divided by 2.22 into 50 into 1.1 into AI is 0.0573 into 0.32 into 3 into 10 to the power 6 into 3 into 10 to the power 6. Okay, this will come out to be, area of window will come out to be equals to 0.0297 meter square. Now suppose if you take it 3 into 10 to the power minus 6, or if you don't take 3 with anything, this will be in terms of, it will be 2970 meter square. Okay, 2970 meter square. You cannot imagine how big the window will be. Okay, it will cover few districts. Okay, so this is window area. Now I got the window area. I want to be knowing what is height of window and width of window. Okay. Here AW is equals to height of window into width of window. Okay. But here we can't take ratio of height of window to width of window to be 3. Why? Because the dimension D is fixed. It is given that the distance between core centers is 1.6a. If that data would have not been given, directly I would have assumed height of window to width of window ratio to be equal to 3. Substitute here in AW, find out HW and WW. But here, because of this given relation D equal to 1.6a, the window dimensions may not be such that height to width ratio is 3. So therefore I can't use that relation here. I use this relation, make use of this relation to find the width of window. Okay. So width of window is given by, in the main dimension, oral dimensions we have seen. Width of window is given by, see this is width of window. This is a D by 2. This is a D by 2. Okay. So what is the D? For single phase core type, D is equals to width of window plus D. D by 2 plus width of window plus D by 2. Therefore, width of window is equal to D minus D. This I know. I know D. I know small d. Both capital D and small d I know. So this capital D has come out to be 0.435. From 1.6a I have calculated. Small d has come out to be 0.32 minus 0.32. So width of window is equals to 0.435 minus 0.32, 0.115 meter. Width of window is 0.115 meter. Now, therefore, height of window is equals to area of window divided by width of window. Area equal to height into width, height equal to area by width. So this area of window is 0.0297 divided by 0.115 is equals to 0.258 meters. Don't forget to write the units. Meters. Now, yoke part. Yoke. Height of yoke is equals to A, and it has come out to be 0.272 meters. Depth of yoke is also equals to A, 0.272 meters. Overall dimensions. Overall dimensions. Overall dimensions. Height, overall height. H is equals to, overall height H is equals to, this is height of yoke, height of window plus 2 into height of yoke. That is height of window plus 2 into A. Okay, and this equals to height of window is 0.258 plus 2 into 0.272. So overall height is 0.802 meters. Overall height is 0.802 meters. Overall width W is equals to it is D plus A. So this is 0.435 minus 0.272, sorry, plus 0.272 is 0.707. So this is how we have to follow the design process for the obtaining the main dimensions of the transformer. Okay. So we'll end in this session. In the next session, we will look into a few more examples of this sort where we can solve the design problems of the transformer. Okay, thank you.